What are the limits of U.S. support for Ukraine?
We've said from the start that what's most important is this, nothing about Ukraine without Ukraine. So we want to make sure that we are supporting them in what they're trying to achieve in the best, most effective way we can do it. But it's important to step back for 1 second and understand the stakes, not just for Ukrainians, but for Americans, for the United States, and in fact for the world. Because here's what's going on, and here's why this is so important. Here's why it's resonated. Yes, this is about an aggression against Ukraine and about horrific things that are being done to innocent people. But it's also an aggression against the entire international system. If one country can get away with acts of aggression against another, if it can simply go in and decide, you know what, I'm going to take over that country. I'm going to change its borders. I'm going to grab its territory. If that is allowed to happen with impunity, then what happens? And it says to every would-be aggressor, it's open season. I can do this too. That's why the United Nations came together after 2 world wars to try to agree among all the countries on this planet about some basic principles that would actually keep the peace, prevent conflict, including the countries deserve to protect and preserve their independence, their territory, their sovereignty. And so, as Americans, of course, we want to come to the aid of the underdogs, the people who are the victims of aggression. But it's also profoundly in our interest, because if we don't do it, and others don't do it with us, then this Pandora's box will open up, and we are heading to a world of conflict. We're heading to a rule where it's might makes right. We're heading to a world where it's the law of the jungle. And here's the thing. This is not what anyone wanted to be doing. This is not how we wanted to be spending our time. This is why we worked so hard when we saw the Russian aggression mounting, that we worked so hard to stop it diplomatically. Because there are so many challenges that our people face, and opportunities too, that our resources and time would be best spent on. Dealing with climate change, dealing with strengthening the global health system so that next time there's a pandemic, we're much better prepared. Dealing with all of these technologies that are shaping our lives and making sure that we're working with other countries to set the rules and the norms by which they're used. We have to be able to uphold the basic principles, the basic rules that are so necessary to keeping peace and security around the world. And that means standing against this Russian aggression and seeing it stop.